And just like that, day 23 is done, sis. We are approaching the last 7 days of this fast. So starting tomorrow, it will be the last 7 days. And I know October is kind of like a weird month. So we finished week 3 on day 21, but we're really like about to start the last week on, tomorrow. So it's weird. But nevertheless, for this last week, I want to challenge you to step it up a notch. And I know you're probably clutching your pearls. You probably gasped. You probably like, oh, she bugging. I'm clicking off. But you don't have to do the most. Like, you can just incrementally increase. And if you don't feel led to, that's perfectly fine. If you're like, I just want to finish this how I was doing it, I commend you for even coming this far and sticking to it. Because a lot of people would have fallen off the wagon by now and said, that's it. I'm eating me a cinnamon roll, or I'm getting me some this or that. Like, so the fact that you've really been giving it an effort, sis, that is worthy of praise and glory to God. And congratulate yourself. That's not easy. Fasting is not a cakewalk, no pun intended. But I want to challenge you, if you feel led, to step it up a notch. So maybe your clean eating, you were still eating like all types of meat, pork, chicken, whatever. Maybe to up the ante, you can say, okay, I'm not going to eat pork for the last week. Like, it could be something small. Or maybe you were, I don't know, drinking sparkling water throughout the fast, or even juice. Because I did say you could drink like natural juices or like zero sugar juices and stuff. Maybe for the last week, you just cut out the juice and you're like, I'm just going to stick to the water, and maybe like Crystal Light, if anything, stuff like that. Just up the ante in some way where it's like, it's going to let you feel the difference, but you're not going to be passed out on the side of the road somewhere fighting for your life, crying a sign down the wall. Like, don't do too much now. Not too much, not too much. Unless, again, you feel led to. If you feel led to take it to the max and be like, for the last 7 days, I'm doing a dry fast, baby, have at it. As for me in my house, I ain't doing no dry fast. So I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not doing no dry fast, but maybe, like I said, the Lord's leading you to do it. And if he is, I want to challenge you to do that from day 24 through 31. And let's just see how the Lord works. Like, let's really press in, try to get whatever last bit you could get from this fast. It's not to say God's not going to continue talking to you after the fast, and not to say you're not going to keep getting revelation. But while we're in this time of consecration and sacrifice, let's really press in to get as much as we can, really, really get as much new wine that we can out of this. And then I also want to say that on the 31st, we're going to have a really brief prayer call to end out the fast. And I think that it's even more powerful because it's on Halloween, and Halloween, as we know, is the devil's holiday. I hate to say it like that, but I low-key don't hate to say it like that, because there's so many open doors and portals this month that it's very bothersome to my soul every time I see it. But we're definitely going to be praying and gathering and doing all the things. And I think it's such a ripe night to do that, because people are going to be out entertaining these open doors and literally opening their doors to all sorts of things and spirits and all this type of stuff. And it's just going to be like a good time to them. So I think us gathering for prayer to not only close out the fast, but to really just shake things up in the spirit is going to be something that we will be talking about for weeks to come. And we're going to see God move as a result. So I will send out an email to everybody, just like you've been getting the daily emails with this audio. I'll also post it in our fasting group on Geneva and the regular group, because I'll probably let all of KGC join us for the prayer. I don't know. I may or may not. I don't know. So don't count on that. Don't bank on that. But either way, I will definitely put it out there in various forms so you can see it. I'm guessing it's probably going to be around 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, something around there. So I'll solidify everything and I'll send it out. And it's not going to be long. I don't see us being on there more than 30, 45 minutes. I just want us to have a time to gather, to close out the fast together, and to stand in agreement after such a powerful month of consecration, so that we can really continue to just grow closer to the Lord into November, December, and next year, and so on and so forth. So keep an eye out on your emails on the Geneva app as well. And then, like I said, if you feel led to up the ante, you don't have to, no pressure, but definitely try to to press in and stay with it for this last 7 days. You done came this far, so don't fall off now. And up in the ante, just as a reminder, it could be something marginal. It could be something slight, like cutting out the juice and just sticking to Crystal Light water, tea, or coffee, black tea or coffee. It could be not eating pork or beef and just doing chicken and fish for the last week. It could be going vegan for the last week. You got options now. We got Beyond Burger and Impossible Meat, so you can still feel like you're eating something without eating it. So just figure out what the Lord's leading you to. Make that up in your mind. You don't have to share it unless you feel led to. And let's get it. Let's go in. Last 7 days, sis. Let's go. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of For My Sisters Rondelle podcast. Don't forget to keep the conversation going and use the hashtag For My Sisters Pod on social media so I can see you and show you some love. If there are any topics you'd like me to discuss on the podcast, be sure to email formysisterspodcast@gmail.com. I'll see you on the next episode. Love you. Bye.